not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I ain't got room for love. I don't need stars above. All I need is my precious space. Yeah, yeah. Sure we had fun tonight. You and me felt alright. But it's time you pick up your phone. You won't be worth my while. Me and you won't work out. Pick it up, pack it up, get a cab and go. It's not your fault, my baby. It's not on you, my baby. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. You deserve somebody who's loving you. You shouldn't call me later. Promise it's for the better. I'm just not the right kind of girl for you. Cause I got a rule. I hold on to my heart. Share with nobody. I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I hold on to my heart. Give it up for nobody. I just keep it to myself. I ain't got room for love. I don't need stars above. All I need is my precious space. Yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my channel. It's the Network Specialist. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so that you know each and every time I upload a video. Everything I will discuss in this video is alleged and in my very own opinion, used for an update on the lawsuit of Aimee Allison against Tyler Perry for trademark infringement. So, guys, um, I did cover the initial story when this first came out that Aimee Allison was suing Tyler Perry for trademark infringement. So I will pin that video down below so that if you guys want to go back and watch the initial video, you'll be able to do that. But today I do want to give you guys an update. Whenever I cover things on my channel, I like to, update you guys anytime there's some new information coming in. So that's what we're going to do today. So let me go ahead and share my screen so that we can get into this lawsuit that Aimee Allison filed against Tyler Perry. Hey, Sharon Gottwald, thank you so much for being here. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. And let me just make sure you guys can see it. Yes. Okay. And this article actually came out a week ago. So on the 11th, actually. So I have been planning on doing this update. So here we are. Tyler Perry Studios renames Netflix's She the People following nonprofit's trademark infringement lawsuit. Aimee Allison, who founded nonprofit She the People in 2018, accuses with her mission. And it goes on to say Tyler Perry Studios quietly renamed its political comedy She the People last week amid ongoing litigation accusing Tyler Perry and series star and executive producer Terry J. Vaughn of lifting the name of the Netflix comedy from the political nonprofit of the same name. Vaughn, Tyler Vision LLC and Netflix were sued earlier this year by She the People founder Aimee Allison for trademark infringement and unfair competition. The activists claimed that the Mississippi Capital Set comedy series stole its name from her own trademark work. And women of color in a new political era. The Netflix series follows Vaughn and as Internet Dunkerson, the Magnolia State's first Black lieutenant governor. The trademark infringement lawsuit was filed in California on May 19th, just ahead of the May 22nd series premiere of She the People on Netflix. On July 4th, the streamer debuted the trailer for season one, part two of the series, additionally revealing its title change to Miss Governor. The second half of season one debuts August 14th. And I am going to go back and I'm going to play that trailer for you guys, but I'm going to do it at the end because I might get a strike on my channel. So I would rather play it at the end just in case. Since at least 2018, Miss Allison has used the She the People mark continuously and prominently to identify and distinguish her nationally recognized work to advance the political voice, leadership, and influence of women of color. The lawsuit read, under this mark, Miss Allison launched the first national summit centering women of color in politics in 2018, convened the first presidential forum focused on women of color in 2019, and has continuously used the mark across major media, philanthropic, and civic platforms. In the suit, Allison claims that she's been in possession of the trademark She the People since 2018, covering political commentary, conferences, blogs, books, and podcasts. Court documents also state that on September 8, 2024, Perry's Tyler Vision filed to trademark the phrase She the People for his television series. But the application was denied in April of last year because of a likelihood of confusion with Allison's registrations. The plaintiff also alleges that she worked with series star and EP Vaughn through her Nina Holiday Entertainment production company in 2020 on a documentary series about women of color in politics, also titled She the People. And we're going to get into it a little bit more about Terry Vaughn because honestly, I feel like she's the culprit because you worked with Aimee Allison on a documentary and you were working with her to raise money for this documentary. And what I feel like happened, in my opinion, you didn't want to do the work to raise the money for this She the People documentary. So you basically cut Aimee Allison out, went to Tyler Perry and pitched this to Tyler Perry. And that's how this series was born, taking the trademark from Aimee Allison. Vaughn worked directly with Allison on this project, the suit reads. Among other things, Vaughn worked with Allison to develop themes for the documentary, arrange and conduct interviews with subjects, and prepare pitch decks to promote and seek funding for the documentary. The lawsuit claims all intellectual property was to be retained by Allison's She the People nonprofit as it relates to Vaughn's Netflix series. Allison claims that the series title falsely indicates to consumers that the parties are sponsored by, affiliated with, or related to each other. The nonprofit, according its website, has a mission to build power for women of color to lead America to a new political era. It utilizes educational programs, media writing, and live events to uplift the political power of women of color. And I love that. Okay. The infringement mark is identical to Allison's She the People mark. The suit reads, stating that the show features political themes that resonate with women of color that closely overlap with the Allison's original brand mission. Defendants' action knowing violation. And I absolutely agree. The suit demands a trial by jury and that Perry stop the use of She the People, that promotion of the Netflix series under that title be blocked, that Perry's Tyler Vision abandon his trademark application. Allison's suit also requests monetary relief for damages, attorney's fees, and costs and punitive damages. Now, in this article, they don't mention, if, you know, a settlement was paid out. I'm assuming that it was. If he's already changed the name, I'm assuming that he also, she was paid out. Hey, Mama Bees, thank you so much for being here. Hey, Aunt Tricia, thank you so much for being here. So, I am very happy to hear that Aimee Allison won her lawsuit, and I hope that she was paid out really well for the trademark infringement because this woman worked very hard on her nonprofit and her trademark. And in my initial video that I did on this matter, we actually went to her Instagram. I showed you guys what she had been doing since she created this nonprofit, and we just really did a deep dive into Aimee Allison and what she represents for women of color. So here's my thing when it comes to Tyler Perry. And I'm going to stay on this because there's some other things that I want to talk about when it comes to Tyler Perry. Okay. So what I want to say about Tyler Perry, yes, he made a mistake and you know, he's fixed say that they won't watch any of Tyler Perry's movies. And that's your choice. You have the right to, watch whatever you want to watch. And if you don't see it for Tyler Perry, I get it. But with that being said, we have a whole criminal as a president. And there are still people, lots of people that support him. And when it comes to Tyler Perry, we all know that Christian Keys never said a name, but we know that he said that he was essayed by a billionaire. So most of us assumed that he was talking about Tyler Perry because we know that he's worked with Tyler Perry, and there just isn't a whole lot of, billionaires that own movie studios. You know what I'm saying? So it was pretty easy for us to figure out. And then that whole situation went away and we never heard anything else about it. So the word on the street is that Christian Keys was allegedly paid $12 million for his silence. Okay. And okay, it is what it is. Tyler Perry is human. You make mistakes, you got to pay for your mistakes. You got to be held accountable. So then we have Derek Dixon, a white man, came out and he's currently suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. Now, this comes after, he's been in several of Tyler Perry shows, whatever the case may be. Allegedly, Tyler Perry even, gifted him a car. So allegedly, they had some type of relationship going on. But I see this as being political. I see this as the other, you know, studios and the people who employ actors, you know, maybe they just want to move Tyler Perry out the way because at the end of the day, we've heard a lot of actors coming out and saying, especially Black actors, that they do not get paid what they deserve. Like we've heard this for years from a lot of our Black actors. Okay. So now we have Tyler Perry that is employing all of our Black actors. We can't overlook that. We can't overlook the fact that he's putting all of our actors to work and they're able to make a lot of money. Even in this article, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Taraji P. Henson said that Tyler Perry was the first producer to pay her $500,000 for her role in I Can Do Bad All by Myself in 2009. Before that, she had never made more than $100,000 for a role. So even though she starred in all of these movies that we know and we love, she was only getting paid $100,000 or less. So Tyler Perry was the first person to step up and pay her $500,000 for that role. And she's been in several movies with Tyler Perry since then. So we have to give Tyler Perry credit for that. And all of the other actors that he has employed, because we know that Netflix are not going to pay that to Black actors. We already know this. So when it comes to Tyler, 50 Cent is annoying as hell, okay? Sometimes he just makes my skin crawl because he's such a jokester, and he's just so silly. Like, I don't see how anybody can tolerate him. But, anyways, he has also built a studio that can employ our Black actors. So, at the end of the day, Tyler's going to pay big, I'm pretty sure, for this Derek Dixon allegation. But it's almost like he wants to break Tyler Perry. This man is suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. So maybe this was done in an effort to bankrupt Tyler Perry. Although we know that Tyler Perry is a billionaire and, 260 million, it's not going to bankrupt him. But it's just, I'm just curious, about the fact that Derek Dixon is a white man that is suing Tyler Perry for $260 million. Okay. So, um, anytime there's been any other situation, like nobody came at Tyler Perry this hard. So it seems like there might be another agenda behind this lawsuit from Derek Dixon. Okay. But at the end of the day, if Tyler Perry is found to be guilty, he will pay. And it is what it is. So, he's going to be held accountable. And sometimes that's what you get when you start, messing with people, that really don't see it for you. And at the end of the day, they just want money and they just want to come up. And I'm not, diminishing anything, if this man was SA, do we also start holding these people accountable, for spending the night at Tyler Perry's house, for being in a position where they are willing to put themselves at risk just for a come up, just to get more acting roles? At some point, we also got to hold these people accountable because the average person would be able to resist these type of temptations. No, Tyler Perry, I don't want to stay overnight at your house, especially after drinking, because I don't want to put myself in a vulnerable situation. No, Tyler Perry, don't put your hands on me. And if you do, that's it. We no longer have a business relationship. So at some point, we have to also hold these people accountable. Like, these millionaires and billionaires are being attacked. Now, when I say this does not include the P. Diddy's and the R. Kellys of the world, okay? They deserve to be exactly where they are, because they have physically beat people and did everything that we know that they've done. But when it comes to an SA, lawsuit or whatever the case may be, that can easily be doctored up. that can easily be a setup. So no, I don't choose to throw Tyler Perry away because he finds himself in this situation. Because again, I feel like Tyler Perry's good outweigh the bad. Hey, Cece, thank you so much for being here. So at some point, we have to do our research and we just have to, just think about what the people did, to get us to where we are, to the point where we have a Black vice president, where we have Black billionaires owning, studios. So we have to support this. And that's how I feel. When it comes to these lawsuits, that'll all play out in court. So if they feel like, he's guilty of what he's being accused of, he'll have to pay. And at some point, hopefully he'll learn from his mistakes and he'll continue to do what we expect him to do, which is bring us good television to watch and stop trying to hook up with his employees. Now, this other situation that came out that a lot of people have been talking about, it wasn't actually Tyler Perry. It is his assistant, but they're helping to cover it up. So that's on him. Like, although this man works for Tyler Perry, he cannot control the actions of his employees. So that's not his fight. And he can't be blamed for something that somebody else done. Now, if you know something different, you have more information, please feel free to drop it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. There's always so much going on. It's hard to keep up with everything. But again, from what I see, it is Tyler Perry's assistant. But again, it's not Tyler Perry. Okay. So we have to deal with the issues at hand. So again, I wanted to talk about this because I wanted to give an update because I covered this story a few months ago. So I did want to give you guys an update and I did want to let you guys know. I don't want to stop sharing that, but I do that Tyler Perry's new series comes out in August. Well, I'm sorry, the part 2 of the series comes out in August, and the series has been renamed Miss Governor. Okay. So again, I feel like Terry Vaughn is the reason why all of this happened because she just quietly stopped working with Aimee Allison, and I believe she went and pitched the show to Tyler Perry, and that's how this series was born. So I feel like she deliberately tried to take this lady's trademark. Like, why would she do that? And when Tyler Perry went to go and try to register the trademark, he was declined because it was already in use. So, and I hate that Tyler Perry would do this to this Black woman who has dedicated her. One of them, one of her parents was an activist. So it's in her blood to be an activist. And she's done a lot that she's been recognized for, and the nerve of Tyler Perry, Terry Vaughn, whoever decided to move forward with this lady's trademark, shame on them. Okay. So guys, if you haven't watched the movie, it is a good movie. Again, I am going to continue to support Tyler Perry because I'm looking at the overall big picture of the situation. Now, I've heard comments like, I'm glad that Tyler Perry uses his name, you know, every time he's launching a new movie. He always lets you know it's Tyler Perry's movie. And some people say, I'm glad that he does that so I know not to watch, So those are for the people who don't see it for Tyler Perry. But Tyler Perry also did an interview with Kiki Palmer. It is a great interview and it explains a lot about Tyler Perry, where he comes from, why he does what he does, and how he was able to be successful. And in that interview, he talks about the fact that he does always use his name because he wants his brand to always be in the forefront, and he wants everybody to know, that this is his movie, because this is all a part of his brand marketing and putting his name out there. And that's how he was able to become so popular. And he also talks about the fact that when he first started working with bigger networks or whatever the case, he told them that it was a non-negotiable. He had to own the rights to all of his stuff, so that if he's ever employed, he'll still be able to make money. So he said that was a non-negotiable, and he did that from the very beginning, because a lot of people sell their rights, and when that's gone, it's gone. You no longer own it. And so, you know, even though you'll still continue to see your projects, they don't belong to you anymore. So I think that Tyler Perry is setting the stage. I'm pretty sure he was the inspiration behind 50 Cent, starting his own movie studio, whatever the case may be. So shout out to Tyler Perry. And the thing is, a lot of people talk about the fact that, and I'm guilty of it myself, very sexual. They absolutely are. But you also have to keep in mind, people can only think and, do things as far as their education level, how they were raised, where they come from. So if you think about the fact that Tyler Perry was homeless, okay, so he's seen a lot and he's done a lot. So these movies that, he's making probably come from something that he's seen in his lifetime, from his experiences during his life, and just things that he's seen his family go through and things like that. So, it makes sense that, his movies would be that way. Now, he does have another movie, Duplicity. I have not seen this particular movie, but I do plan on watching this movie as well. In our Black actors' pockets. So I feel like at the end of the day that we should have an open mind about this, and we should continue to support Tyler Perry. But that's just my opinion. And everybody has the right to their own opinion. And these are some of the actors. I mean, Megan Good has been in his movies, Corey Hardrick, and everybody that you see here. So I guarantee you, if they were working for white production companies, they would not, you know, be paid what they are being paid working with Tyler Perry. Even Corey Hardrick came out to say that he's never been paid this amount of money, that he's being paid by working with Tyler Perry. So sometimes you have to pick your battles. Okay. Very disturbing that these people are making these accusations about Tyler Perry. It is very disturbing. I get it. But at the same time, you have to imagine that anytime it's a situation where it's dealing with the LGBTQ, that is always going to be more salacious. I don't care how you look at that. That's going to be more salacious. If it had been a woman that Tyler Perry was accused of as saying, I guarantee you it probably wouldn't get as much attention. I feel like the fact that these are men involved is the reason why it's so salacious, and why, people just really want to throw Tyler Perry up under the bus. But at the end of the day, this is his truth. And honestly, he can't even live his truth, because if he does decide to live his truth, he's going to be judged. So maybe he's choosing to, you know, play this out in his movies. Maybe that's where he gets his voice, in his movies. I don't know. I can't speak for Tyler Perry. All I'm here to say is I will continue to support Tyler Perry, because we need more Tyler Perrys in the world. I talk about this all the time. We need more, Black people in politics. We need Black attorneys, social workers, all this stuff so that we can advance, because there were so many people that paved the way before us so that we could have these opportunities. So we can't just throw our own people under the bus because they're human and they make mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing that. But again, everybody has the right to their opinion. And I just wanted to give mine on the issue. And guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you did not like the video on the way in, please like the video on your way out. And if you just happen to be catching the replay, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop down in the comments so that we can keep this conversation going. And guys, let me know what you think about this whole situation with Tyler Perry. He changed the name of the movie, whether he was forced to do it or whatever the case may be. And again, I believe that Aimee Allison was paid out a good sum for this trademark infringement, and maybe she'll be able to utilize the money that she got from Tyler Perry and move forward with her own business ventures, with her own documentary that she wanted to make on She the People. So this might be a blessing in disguise. Trisha said, I will watch. And Sharon Godbolt said, I'm sorry, she's speaking to Cece. And Cece said, have a blessed day. And while I'm going out, I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer for this new movie. Give me 1 second, guys. One second. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay.
Did you just kill the damn governor?
Oh, I was just being myself.
Oh, yeah, that probably did it.
Still, I heard someone yell for a medic.
He just had a little itty-bitty paper cut.
Claire!
The transition of power has been seamless and stable.
And if we get this right, get you some national press.
Essence?
So cool, what a sick flow.
I feel like I'm on fire.
I guess that would make me stabler, huh?
Okay, I don't really know nobody else. That's cool.
Hi, I'm Rhonda. I'm filling in for Gail.
I was promised Gail.
Her mic is hot.
Guess who I got, guys? A Rhonda fucking nobody. Who is Rhonda nobody? Nobody knows.
Did she just call me Rhonda Nobody?
You know, I gave her an inch and now she's taking it yours.
Obviously, Jed is setting me up for something bad. What is this?
Well, you're going to be late for that fundraiser. It's basically a team building exercise.
Church! These people look crazy as hell. When you see one black person running, you know the rule is like, get on out of here.
I've connected Dunkerson to some unsavory behavior with one of our bodyguards.
You can serve.
You are the lieutenant governor's cousin?
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Qué pasó?
Escuela?
Take them out.
Wait, y'all gonna
You
kill
are
us?
dismissed.
They gonna kill us?
I get S's magazine. Really want to do the cover now.
Oh, bitch. Just let it go.
it comes out August 14th, guys. So make sure you check that out. I seen the first part and I really enjoyed it. I laughed the whole entire time. So it is a funny movie. So the part 2 comes out August 14th. So guys, check it out. So again, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye for now.